happy new moon of Taurus. The new moon of Taurus perfects at 8:21 p.m. in Los Angeles, so adjust for your time zone accordingly. And it'll be at 18 degrees 2 minutes Taurus. Hello, I'm Eliane Nicole, your astrologer and tarot reader, and in this video I'm going to talk about the new moon of Taurus and the lunar cycle that begins May 7th, May 8th in some places, and will take us till June 6th. And the new moon is always when the sun and the moon are coming together in alignment. So this is seed planting energy. And whether we know it or not, we're planting seeds at the new moon, so we might as well plant them with some intention. When the new moon is in Taurus, we're specifically talking about planting seeds around Taurian themes, and also depending on what house Taurus rules in your chart, you would want to bring those into consideration for your own personal astrology, which if you're not sure, contact me for a reading and we can look at your chart together and look at where you're planting seeds right now. But in general, this new moon of Taurus is ruled by Venus, the goddess of love and beauty, which is wonderful because we've just come out of a cycle that was very much ruled by Mars, the god of war. Many of us felt like we walked through fire in April. The world is certainly walking through fire in April. We had an eclipse in April. We had the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction, the big shocking explosion, revolution. We had Mercury retrograde in Aries in April. In fact, I want to talk about all of the qualities of this new moon cycle because if you've followed my astrology before, you know that the ingress chart of the new moon, so whatever's going on in the sky as the new moon happens, will summarize a story of that entire lunar cycle, meaning in this case from May 7th to June 6th. And this new moon, right before it lined up with the sun, it met with Venus, who's the boss right now. And she's at home. She's in Taurus in her earthy yin temple. And so she's very comfortable. And so it's good right now to plant seeds around love, around romance, around beauty, art, style, the environment, gardening, plants, earth, Mother Earth. Also banking, resources, food, investments, all of these are Taurian themes. And these are going to be big topics of focus over the next month. This particular lunar cycle is one of the most auspicious of all of 2024. So I definitely highly recommend that you tune into this energy and really take it in this month. A lot of it is about grounding, about how do we ground ourselves? How do we drop into our bodies? How do we connect to what's real in life? The things that we can touch and see and taste and smell, beautiful flowers, good food, walks in nature, enjoying beautiful art, lots of hugs and holding hands and kisses and, just what are the things that bring us into our body. And that is those are all big Taurian themes. And this new moon is sextile Saturn. And so there's an opportunity to, the Taurus energy it's earth. So it has to do with tangible things that we can really manifest in the world. But it's also very slow moving energy. So we have to be patient as we plant these seeds. But it's sextile Saturn. And so there is a real opportunity to grow whatever it is that we plant. We can grow babies, we can grow love, we can grow gardens, we can grow money, we can grow creative projects. It's not overnight energy, but it is real manifesting energy that's going on if we have patience and we really set our intentions and then practically take the steps to make it happen. We're very supported by the cosmos right now. Now, Mind you, at the same time, there's still, Mercury is conjunct Chiron during this new moon. And this is the third time they've met because Mercury went retrograde. So he's had to cross Chiron, the wounded healer, 3 times. This is the third and final time as this new moon is emerging. And so there's still a lot of communication and conversation and mental process and learning around our wounds, you know, our wounds, our pain, our injury, whether that's physical or emotional. There's talking to doctors, there's talking to therapists, there's a lot of conversation around healing. And then also this moon will conjunct Uranus and Jupiter, who just had the big conjunction that kicked off the revolution. If you haven't watched my Jupiter conjunct Uranus video that I did around, I must have posted it April 19th or 20th. Go back and watch it. There's so much valuable information there. I posted it before the student encampments broke out. I called the revolution. It's here. And this moon is going to touch on it. It's going to hit those planets again. So it's going to give another wave. And that's another thing I wanted to say about the moon. Right before the new moon is the black moon, the balsamic moon, the dark moon. And that's why it was even hard for me to make this video, because psychic, sensitive person like me, I really feel it. But we all feel it. Human beings, we are mostly comprised of water. And just like the ocean, the moon controls the tides, and it does our bodies, our emotions, our energy levels. And so right before the new moon, during the black moon, when you can't see the moon in the sky, that can be a very tough time emotionally for people. It can be a time where we're experiencing our darker emotions like grief or sadness. It can be a time where our body actually feels physically tired. We don't have as much energy as usual. We feel more inward and withdrawn. And then the new moon, as the light of the moon grows, our energy tends to grow, our mood tends to improve. You know, the moon is very connected to our moods. It changes signs every 2.5 days. And so just like moons change, the moon is always on the move. And so anyway, this moon conjuncts Uranus, so there is still an element of surprise going on, an element of revolution, disruption, change, shakeups, you know, earthquake energy, metaphorically and literally, you know, today and tomorrow, but also through the lunar cycle. And then it conjuncts Jupiter. So there's also grace here and an expansion. There's a lot of growth, expansion of resources. It's such an artistic new moon. I just love the creative energy that's here. But again, we still have Mars, the god of war, is at home in Aries, so he's still kicking up dust. It's still wartime. The North Node is in Aries through January. So the Aries energy is very confrontational and warrior-like, and that is still here in this cycle. But Venus and the moon and the sun, they're more in charge here, and they are talking about planting the seeds for long-term growth and abundance around love, romance, style, money, art, you know, food, all the Taurus stuff, the environment, nature, these types of things. And again, it's sextile Saturn, so we're talking about long-term growth and long-term plans. And then it also forms a conjunction to Neptune, which is a lot about, I feel like, spiritual growth, creative and artistic growth, and connecting to others, connecting to the oneness of humanity through real life embodied experiences, like really seeing people in person, sitting down and breaking bread, like not just being behind our screens and behind our computers and our virtual realities, but really connecting on a real level. That's the focus of this next month. And again, it is so important for us to get grounded right now, because this is the most kind of calm and slow-paced energy we're going to get for the rest of the year. September through November, things get very tough again, and so I don't want to skip ahead to that too much, but I just want to say, take this opportunity of this lunar cycle where there is a lot of grace to really get grounded and to really connect to what is real, what really matters. And it is the simple pleasures. It is the most simple pleasures of life is where we will find our joy and our center. And tethering ourselves to that is going to be very important for what we have to go through as a collective in humanity for the rest of this year. And so I hope I said everything that I wanted to say. It was hard to get up and do this video. I have very low energy with this black moon that is right before the new moon. 8:21 p.m. tonight in Los Angeles, 11:21 p.m. in New York, you know, I guess 6:21 a.m. in Paris. You know, do the math wherever you are, adjust for your time zone. You know, it'll be the next morning in Europe. But yes, thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching this on Instagram, please like, please leave a comment, please share, help me in the algorithm. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe, share, comment. Help me out, guys, because then I can give these free offerings, and definitely call me for a reading. That is where, that's how I feel you get the most out of astrology, and that's what I enjoy doing the most, is working one-on-one with clients. It's fascinating. Everyone should have their chart read at least once in their life, and I think it's good to get tune-ups every quarter, really. But yeah, I just wanted to drop in and do something very quickly. I'm probably not the most energetic or articulate as I could be, but I didn't want to skip stopping in about this new moon, because it is such a important opportunity for us to ground before what's coming up for the rest of the year. So thank you for joining me, and I look forward to reading for you. You know, you can contact me by following astrology.tarot.Eliane Nicole on Instagram. Hit the contact button and you can email me to get on the calendar. On my YouTube channel, the email is there, so you can check that out. And yeah, thank you for joining me. Happy new moon of Taurus.